It is that time again. Is the gate to finale season. It is that moment where we take a trip down memory lane to see just how this season turned out, to see who were these season's real all-stars, to see who deserves to go on to that finale match. Good day, good people. It's another fine day in the year of the Zenith. Toon Link Dave, Anomaly the Enola Cars, if you know me, is the man, who in less than 2 weeks' time will face off against Pimp Kazuichi in the main event of AV Mania. But that's AV Mania. We got main events in the Danganronpa Hunger Games. This is by the numbers battle, just like for the first time last season. We take a trip and look at all the people and what happened this season. Second placers, second tags, all the KOs, all of that good stuff. And one competitor, for themselves or for their team, may earn a spot in the respective finales. And most importantly, we unlock those fan votes. Those fan votes are down there too. I think it's time to get this show on the road. You know what happens. You know what happens. These other competitors who are here are already on the bracket. They want to make sure that they block anybody else joining. Make sure that the odds don't get worse for them. That's why the by the numbers battle is so important. That's why it's so important to do so well during the season. And we're going to start off at the top. We got our icons this season. Oh, our icons. You see them, you know them, you love them. In one match, she became a janitor multiple times, and I said, hey, if you win this match, you got this. And boy, did she win it. And she's the arena's official janitor. That's Miss Seiko right there. Mastermind Chiaki. A few times in a single game, she also was the mastermind. And then a couple other times, she was the mastermind just vibing out. And then, let's be honest, it's the same season that she's the Agents of Chaos along with the Mets. She was brimming with it this season. It's Mastermind Chiaki. Katoka. From, was it just last season or 2 seasons ago? It might have been 2 seasons ago that I made a typo and it has become a meme, and now she has a face. Katoka participated for the first time this series. The series, not just the season, the series. And she exists. She's a real thing. We thought it was an imaginary friend, but it was her actual twin sister, Katoko's real twin sister. Who would have thunk? Kaito and Pennyworth. Both are here because they both represent a little something special. It has been a battle between the entourage and the squad this season, but we do have to celebrate that this is the very same season that both of their competitors, the last competitors on their teams without a win, both claimed victory. We thought Kaito would be the luminary of the losers forever, but he won, and he won for the championship. Pennyworth, it was a trial for Fuyuhiko, and Pennyworth is the one who put his team into the tag team finale. And so while we're talking about, squad versus entourage, we do celebrate that they both now, they both just have all of their competitors just winning, having a win under the belt, and that is something to celebrate. Let's move on to second placers, and then we talk about second place here. Second place, it's trimmer than tag teams, and that's for a reason. 2 of these competitors, okay, well, technically 3 of these competitors placed second 3 times. 1 in both singles and tag, and then 2 of them both in singles action. Chiaki, not her. Genocide Jack, not her. Chisa, though, came so close but so far 2 times on 2 separate occasions, and she just couldn't get it done. Kizakura and Sakura. Sakura also 2 times. Sakura was the gatekeeper who allowed Kaito to claim his first victory and to claim the title. Sakura came so close but so far. And she doesn't have a spot right now, but she needs one. Oh yeah, well, she has a spot in tag team action. Her team were champions this season. Sakura, she got some love this season, but you know who didn't? Angie. You know who hasn't gotten a lot of love? Angie. She's held gold, but Angie, she's got a lot of second places under her belt too. And this season, she's got one in singles and in tag teams. You'll see it down there in a second. The Great Gozu picked up second. So did Izuyoi. And the only man who has won a by-the-numbers battle so far, Munakata, looks to enter himself again. Second place tags. We have current tag team champion Yui, Ryoma, Dimitri, Rantaro, Kuramata, Aiko, freaking Sayaka, Miss Now, Maki, Angie, and Leon. That's them, but now we have to take a peek at some KOs. This is the part where we take a step forward and we look at our KOs this season. And I'll tell you what. Actually, not featured here, your last placers. They were in a fan vote, but they're not here. And this is one of the first seasons, I think, where nobody finished last twice. Actually, let me double check that. That might actually be wrong. That might actually be wrong. Hold on a second. You and you, not you. You didn't either. That's Kaito and Kaede. Yeah, that is correct. This season, nobody finished last twice, which is honestly should happen more often. It's kind of shocking that multiple seasons, most seasons in fact, we have the same person finishing last on multiple occasions, but it didn't happen this season. But let's look at our KOs, and we're starting off with singles KOs. People with 6 or more. We didn't have a ton this season. We had a lot of 5s, but not a lot of 6s. And we had 2, Fat Togami and Sakura. But you look over there, and you see Teru as I stay hydrated. I get hydrated. He had 7. And Teru, I gotta remind you guys, this is his season, you gotta watch him. He started as champion, he retained the championship, and he could end as champion too. He could win this episode and can block anybody else from following him. Mitarai. In the finale already via secret achievement, but Mitarai. The match where he got 9 KOs, Mitarai. That was the fighter Mitarai. The Mitarai who's been in all of these open challenges. Getting his first one in the By the Numbers episode, it doesn't feel like a real thing, but you know, I mean, like, we'll take what we can get at this point. But winning in the finale, that'd be so much sweeter. But when we go to tag teams, a lot more people had 6 or more. And as you see here, we have Claude, Gundam, Komaru, Nikon, Chie, Kaito, Reina in her first season, and Takamichi all had 6 in a single episode. Izuyoi had 7 twice. On 2 occasions he had 7 KOs in a single episode. In fact, his team, and we'll get to that in a second, his team kind of popped off, because you see guys down there with 8, yeah, they kind of popped off this season. Secretly popped off this season, but didn't get a win to their name. Rindo with 7, Ibuki with 7, Tenmyoji with 9, and Paimon with 9. Those are your top single episode tag team KO counts. Didn't expect Paimon to be there. Really didn't. But I went through and I was like, alright Paimon, I see you. Look at you doing work. A little adorable Paimon. She's trying to get in for her team well traveled. Can she do it? She's got to win this match to do so. But now we move on to your top 5 teams in terms of KOs. And let's look at them right here, right now. In 5th, we had Fashion Forward, the current World Pancake Champion Junko of the squad, with Shiki. We had Ruruka, and Mai, and Reina for Baked in Blood, just 1 KO higher. It would be weird if they weren't here, since they were in every tag team episode, I believe. The Mets, baby. Love those Mets. Hit a home run. Your Agents of Chaos had 26. Claude and Kokichi had 29. Do not forget about them. But once again, look at these gentlemen. Look at them. They had 46 KOs. They did not play games this season. That, I believe, is an all-time high. Every episode that they were in, they all kind of came up clutch. They didn't always have 7s and 8s, but they always had like a good amount between the 2 of them, or 3 of them, depending on what episode it was, and they just kind of cleaned up. They secretly cleaned up the sugar daddies, they did. I would have never known had I not gone through every single episode, but they cleaned up. And I'll be frank, I hope they earn a spot today because they kind of deserve it, because they were quietly excellent this season. But that's tag teams. Let's look at your top singles KOs. And cumulative. For singles action, we have Mitarai with 12, Sakura with 12, and Celeste all with 12. Tied for second. Tied for first, though, Nagisa and Teru both with 14. And this is we introduced this last season. It was called Carry the Team, right? It's those who had the most KOs for themselves in tag team action. And I'll say, you can't really say carry the team when 2 members of the same team are both there. Gaius with 16 and Izuyoi with 24. Izuyoi is the one we look out for this season. Maple in her first season had a pretty nice 16. Claude with 19, former champion from this season. But Izuyoi and Gaius are the ones that we are talking about today. Because without by the numbers, it might have gone under the radar that they kind of killed, they slayed this season. They truly and sincerely did. The Sugar Daddies. And even though Izuyoi didn't really do that well in singles action, because of how well he did in tag team action, he's still the number 1 in terms of most KOs for this season. Ibuki had 19, Komaru had 19, Nagisa had 20, and Izuyoi with 29, rounding off the most KOs in Season 11. Izuyoi, Gaius, Karia. They did well, they did great, that's all I can really say. Good on them. For real though. But we're moving on to our last category. It is the cumulative all-time KOs. And we'll show them right here, right now. Kaede moved down to 10th place. And then there's a 3-way tie for the next 3. Hajime, Tenko, and Seiko all reside at 131 KOs in the series Mew. Undisputed Mew still hanging up there in 6th with 135. Celeste moves up to 5th. Number 5 now, 139. Shuichi with 141. Didn't expect him to be so high, but he's still up there. Nagito at 143. Toko at 150. And Sayaka moves up back where she maybe belongs. 157. Congratulations to her. She is once again your all-time highest KO. Which is fitting because she's a backstabber, but you know, someone's got to take her out of this one. And she's ahead by kind of a healthy margin. 7. Some people don't see 7 KOs in a single season. Like, when you look at like, where are we? Come back up here. When you look at like top KOs, cumulative, like 19, but that's like the highest 4. Had 19 or above. There's some people who didn't get many KOs at all this season, but our last category for this battle is the fan votes. You voted. There were ties. Not in singles fan vote, but you saw the ties in the tag team fan vote. On 2 occasions I had to put in extra teams because there were ties. But we have our last placers official fan vote, our second placers fan vote, our heavy hitters fan vote, and our cross-teaming fan vote from the first section. And then of course our new champ alert fan votes. 2 members of blue team and 2 members of red team will be joining the battle. 2 members who have never held the singles title before. And lastly, that coveted fan vote for the tag teams. It was really down to 2 teams, right down to the wire, separated by just 2 votes at the end, and we will see who they are win, or if they perish. That's a big ol' if. They might not. I might have to reveal it. You know, bring me back. Might have to reveal it when we actually do the things. When I reveal the brackets. But that's if they win. Make your picks, first, second, and third. Make them in the comments. You know what to do. It's by the numbers. And tomorrow, the OC Championships on the line. Friday, that tag team or it might be flip-flopped. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely certain. We'll see. We'll see. One of those 2 days, we'll see. I kind of like having tag teams first and then the singles title defended last. But that would mean we'd have Ortiz on a Thursday. But you know what? I don't think I care. So we might do tag teams. We'll do OC tag teams tomorrow. And then singles OC action this coming Friday. But that's the future. This is the now. And this is for something. Pick first, second, and third. You come in the comments. You know what you do. You know how to do it. And make sure you like and subscribe because that helps the channel. It really does. It really does. I promise you. But this is important because if you win, you can get your old team in. If you're fighting for singles, you get yourself in. Angie is one of the people with a rare opportunity where she is available in both singles and tags. She's fighting for herself here, and then she's also fighting for her tag team here. Izzyoi technically has that opportunity too because he's got the cumulative spot, and that's why it's so important to do well during the series, because you do get this one final spot, this one final shot in the by the numbers battle. It means doing well during the series is important, and I like that. I'm a big fan of that. And I think you guys were also a big fan of it last season, so that's why it's back this season. But I do believe it is time to get the show on the road. You made your picks. I haven't made mine. I'll write them down. I'll write them down. And who do you think I am picking? I'll write them down. Write them down on this page right here. Write them down pretty big so you can see them. Should I even write them in like a marker or something? I'll use this pen. I don't want to use a dry erase marker though. Alright, I'll just write them here. Okay, yes, okay. Ah, yes, I want you to. Not gonna look at the screen either. I already know who's up there. I've been entering data for so long now. Yeah. I got my picks. And I hope you guys have yours because it's by the numbers. It's time to get the show on the road. It is the last stop before finale action in the Danganronpa Hunger Games. And there's still one more thing that we have to do. And that is Asnir. Appreciate you. I do usually wear this for by the numbers. Thank you, my buddy. It's a little big on you, but I'll put it on. Don't you worry. Oof. When I put this on, you know it is really either chaos reigning or it is the true start to finale season. Asnir, if you would please, one more guitars. A full set. Will anyone else be added to the bracket? Or will it be stopped for the first time? We find out with not one, not two, not three, not even four. Are we doing 5 maybe? 6, that's right, 6 resimulations. I clicked it without ending the music. 6. 6 times. Are you ready? I sure hope so. All of these competitors, one goal, or I guess 2 goals, either to make it into a finale or stop someone from ruining your chances, from lowering your odds. Let's see how this goes. We start round 1, and it is the bloodbath. And as the tribute sound on their podiums of horns, they doth sound so horn bearers for the last time before finales begin. Would you please? Don't even need to say it. Horn bearers. We have like a horn bearer appreciation day one of these days. We really do, because they're always on point. Pennyworth takes a running start and Superman punches Izzy, sending him flying across the arena. Might add a Superman punch to his arsenal. Remember when Izzy said that he was ready for AV Mania? Looking at his stats, maybe he really was. Tag team fan vote. Smashes Toko across the face with a brick, but Toko shrugs off with a blow. Junko runs away from the cornucopia. Sayaka receives a vision of her dying brutally at the hands of Claude. And the new champ alert fan vote number 2. As she sees them approaching, she uses this foresight to avoid dying. Last placer's fan vote finds a model cornucopia inside of the cornucopia. Gozu rides into the arena on a unicorn. Shiki, Sakura, Maki get into a fight. Sakura triumphantly kills them both. Well, Sakura's not playing games this time. Claude convinces Karia, the second placer's fan vote, Celeste, and Komaru, and Sakura to boycott the killing game. Dimitri runs away from the cornucopia, as does Yui. Reina finds a teleporter, teleports her right behind me. We'd probably have just a vibing time. I like Reina. Now finds a turtle inside the cornucopia and it just brings it along for the game. Gundam grabs as many weapons as possible in case a one was rolled for today. Ruka runs away from the cornucopia. Ibuki snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Saika shoots a poisonous dart into Katoko's neck. Not Katoka's neck, slowly killing her. Katoka, no. You hate to see it. Remember this. Saika did it, you guys. Remember it. Remember this. Takamichi finds a tuba in the cornucopia. He plays it gloriously until an enraged Sato rushes in and kills him. You don't mess with Sato, you learn that the hard way. Rendo snatches a pair of sais. Terra runs away from the cornucopia. Chiaki receives a trident from inside the cornucopia. Kokichi takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. The new champ alert fan vote number 1 runs away from the cornucopia. Izzy finds a tuba in the cornucopia, plays it gloriously. Sato's really mad today. Just real mad, huh? Paimon runs away from the cornucopia. Sato's not happy. Nane Chiaki finds a teleporter and teleports her to the despair dimension. This sparks the question of who would build a teleporter there anyway. The new champ alert blue team fan vote number 1 finds a vision in the cornucopia. Why would the Archons leave something here? Like that here? I don't know. Does a new region come out today in Genshin? I'm not gonna have any time to play it for a minute, but I think it does. That's actually very exciting. Terra runs away from the cornucopia. Seiko and Munakata fall in love at first sight despite the circumstances. Ryoma runs off. So does Izzy. Hajime opens a pack of gun in the arena. Leon, Fat Togami, and Shuichi suddenly appear out of nowhere and ask for a piece. Claude snatches a pair of sais. Ibuki rides into the arena on a flying bison. She's got the free spirit of an airbender, you're dang right. Kaito runs away from the cornucopia. Chie has come to capture Tenko, a dangerous killer that has escaped from an insane asylum. Well, Tenko is, she's rather crazy in these games. Mikon runs away from the cornucopia. Yep, that's me, Mitarai. You may be wondering why I just stepped on a landmine. Well, it all started back in the year of the aviator. You didn't get a win in the year of the aviator either. Aiko runs away from the cornucopia. Izzy rips a mace out of Mai's hands. Kaede and Nagisa decide to have a competition to see how many Komodos he can kill this game. That's my man's the employee of the month. You love to see it. Angie runs away from the cornucopia. Chisa grabs a jar of fishing bait while Nagisa gets the fishing gear. Mew runs away from the cornucopia. Celeste begins to bully Sakura relentlessly. Tenmyoji runs away from the cornucopia. Genocide Jack sees a live landmine stashed away in the cornucopia in the supplies. She tries to avoid it, but the cross-teaming fan vote comes in, charging, tackles her into the mine, blowing them both up. We will have at least one fan vote revealed today. Or we'll have them all revealed today, but this round. Kuromata runs away from the cornucopia, so does Mitarai. Gaius gets a kitchen knife. Rantaro watches with envy as Reina and Kyutaro kiss before leaving the cornucopia. Komaru is sick and tired of these reptiles. Grabs a hat, grabs a net, joins AV's animal control. Kaito rips a mace out of the heavy hitter's fan vote's hands. Mizuki finds a teleporter, teleports her right behind me. Chiaki cozies this is Mastermind Chiaki, by the way. Cozies up next to Gaius and Seiko looking for allies. What a mastermind thing to do! Izzy, once again, realizes that dying doesn't mean anything in this endless cycle of despair, so he's gonna live it up this game. Angie spots her most prized possession hidden amongst the supplies. She goes to grab it, but the new champ alert, red team fan vote number 2 reaches it first. Kizakura tries to explain to Monokuma that he's not supposed to be here, then this is a mistake. Nagisa finds a turtle in the cornucopia, immediately brings it along for the game. A sudden urge of dread overcomes Maple as they notice Gaius staring at her because she knows Gaius has been a menace this season. We'll proceed to to day 1. Reina places a bomb next to the river to explode some fish. Ruka finds Shuichi's hat and she puts it on. Claude asks Nagisa if he likes boats. Nagisa says no. Angie hunts for other tributes. The last placer's fan votes makes a Danganronpa rewrite where Dimitri is the protagonist. Fire Emblem Rampa. 3 Hopes Rampa. Nagito works for Avi's Wares and despairs. And is sick and tired of so many people defecting to Yoko's items and misfortunes. He burns it down. Luckily, the new champ alert, red fan vote number 1 works there. Brought insurance just last week. I don't know who this is, but I'll remember this. Nagito screams in agony. Ryoma and Sakura build Charlotte together. Both of them have conflicting ideas on interior design, and you know, I guess Sakura's interior design also included her super weapon that will take over the arena, and she sings a song about it. Paimon throws sand into the eyes of Teruteru, causing Teruteru to go temporarily blind for the rest of the game. Saika signs a petition to change American Yeet Ball to football. This is a villain. A villain. A fiend. Hate to see it. Seiko asks new champ alert fan vote for the Axolotl. The new champ alert fan vote number 2 gets confused. Tag team fan vote and Ibuki build a shelter together. Both of them have conflicting ideas on interior design. Heavy hitters fan vote discovers a river and a feat of amazing strength. Chisa crushes Izioi with a boulder. The second placer's fan vote screams in agony, or rather screams Izioi's name in anguish. They'll get revenge. Gozu asks Sakura if everything is okay. Kokichi and Saika work together to toss Gaius' items into lava. Chie ambushes Yui and takes her out. Mizuki spends a day ticket on Celeste. Nice. Munakata signs a petition to change American Yeet Ball to football. I'm also gonna say he's a villain, but I'm not gonna make a big a deal about it. Kurumada feels like there's a duck watching him. Shuichi slams Rina through a table. The tables! Nana Achaki becomes spherical. Gaius has drip. Chiaki sets off an explosive, killing Gundam, Now, and Nagisa. My gosh. Teruteru smacks the taste out of Mew's mouth. Fat Togami hands Komaru and Kaede an invitation to his birthday party. They both tear up the invitation before his eyes. Angie's also spherical. Spherical? Kaito reminds you, yes you dear viewer, to stay hydrated. You know what, Kaito? I vibe with that. Cheers, my guy. Seiko, Hajime, and Komaru do the torture dance whilst torturing Kyutaro. Guys, uses a special attack on Izzy with a Mega Destruction Ball of Darkness and Destruction. It did no damage. There haven't been any Knuckles in a long time. Claude steals from Ibuki while she isn't looking. Izzy tells a frustrated Rindo to chill out. Kaito confesses his love. For new champ alert, red fan vote number 2. They say cool, see you homie, and just they dip out. You're like, no thanks. Rantaro makes a deal with Chiaki, the mastermind. Rantaro and the mastermind interacting, delightful. Kizakura tries stealing Avi's pancakes, but Pennyworth caught him and killed him. Pennyworth, my guy, of course. Of the squad, of course. My dude, of course. You just had to ask. I didn't. Pennyworth, get in there. Get in there. Get in there. A week from today, it's gonna be an incredible match. Karia embraces the power of positivity. Toko wonders if Nagito has Nagito insurance. Tinko does Tinko things. Fair? Claude receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Maple's unknown sponsor, Rage Shadow Legend. Celeste gets her ultimate talents license revoked. Did she gamble it? Maybe. Mai tells a frustrated Leon to chill out. Izzy runs over the edge while trying to escape. A new champ alert, blue number 1, and plummets to his doom. Metorai lays on the ground, watching the blood fall from Mikon being murdered by Aiko, painting the scenery crimson. Okay. Aiko, calm down. Junko kills Tenmyoji, then revives him as an undead minion. It's time to get things rolling. It's time to reveal our first of the fan votes. After this, Claire de Lune 4. Shiki, Maki, Kotoka, Takamichi, Izzy, Mitarai, Genocide Jack, and the cross-teaming fan vote now joins the singles bracket. Can Miss now do it? We'll wait and see. Izzy, Yui, Gundam. Now again. Nagisa, Kizakura, Izuyoi, and Mikan. We'll see everybody's statuses right here, right now. We got a whole bunch. We got a whole bunch of people. There's still 72 people left in this match. We just gotta keep the show rolling. We gotta keep the show on the road. Shall we? I was gonna say you know who's left, but you don't really know who's left. There's just a ton of people left. Just a ton. So many folk. Look at them all. All the cumulative all times are still in, and only one fan vote has been revealed. Let's proceed to see if we can reveal any more as Tenmyoji, Seiko, Komaru, Gaius, and Gozu get together and form an idol group. Huh. That's Tenmyoji in an idol group. I'd watch it. Gaius finds a stereo, presses play. Unfortunately, those sick beats are his execution music, and he dies horribly. New champ alert. Fan vote number 2 for the blue team. Chases Sakura, Shuichi, and Reina trying to enforce a curfew. Kaide challenges Teruteru to a dance-off. Teruteru absolutely dominates Hajime. Tries to stay up all night to catch the mastermind but falls asleep. Any chance that Saika and Kurumada had a friendship is destroyed when they're forced to fight over the last slice of pizza. Claude and Mew do the exact same thing. Teruteru and Chiaki have a pose-off. Chiaki wins. Kaito burns down Avi's wares and despairs. Kaito swears it was an accident, but the second placer's fan vote says that they saw Kaito burn it down deliberately. Somehow, someway, even though he's a member of the entourage, even though he's fighting Kokichi this Friday on the road to AV Mania in the main event, I believe him. I believe him. More than the second placer's fan vote, at least. I'm gonna let this slide. Angie eats a sandwich to restore her health. Fat Togami, the new champ alert. Blue fan vote number 1 and the last placer's fan vote successfully ambushed and killed Dimitri, Munakata, and Karia. Gaius and Kyutaro start prepping for Spooky Month by doing the spooky dance, which is, I'll be frank, it's almost that time. Mizuki throws a party to shelter and invites Claude, Chie, and the new champ alert for the red team vote number 1. Things turn sour and they all start arguing over what should be blasting through the speakers. Ibuki relaxes by her fireplace and then burns down my shop. She swears it was an accident, but Sakura says she saw Ibuki do it on purpose. I mean, like, look. Ibuki and I, we really do go way back. We really do. I managed her team. We go way back. Nagisa submits an application to join the squad. Kokichi snatches the application out of his hand and rips it up. A member of the squad doing that to his former tag team partner? Is there bad blood now? Rindo finds a DDR machine, switches it on, steps on it, sparkles, balloons all over the place. He starts dancing like crazy. Ruka, Sakura, and Nagisa enter a scrum day with Tenko. Paimon and Aiko, they argue over who should be champion in the event of a tie. Izuyoi looks at the nighttime sky. Komaru reminisces about the year of the horizon whilst running away from Ryoma. The heavy hitters fan vote twists their ankle, giving Ryoma the perfect opportunity that he needed to kill the heavy hitters fan vote, and thus they will be revealed shortly. And Junko, loves Junko as much as Maki loves Kokichi. Bad blood. Leon uses some fireworks to distract Rantaro and Celeste, but Celeste is only pretending to be distracted, so when Leon walks up to kill them, she kills him, saving herself and Rantaro, former tag team partners, I think in the very first season of Tag Team Action. Toko and Angie start kicking the new champ alert fan vote number 2 for unknown reasons. Pennyworth finishes his coffee before joining in. Tag team fan vote puts their trust in Celeste and allows themselves to fall backwards. Celeste catches them. The tag team, she caught a whole tag team. They say to Celeste, "You're a champ. We believe in you." Chiaki dyes her hair blue. Kaito stands outside of Izuyoi's camp with a candy pail. Izuyoi gives Kaito a king-size candy bar. Nana and Chiaki dresses Mitsurai as Mitsurai, but breaks out in Cosbox. Mitsurai just laughs. Reina finds his dapper suit, puts it on. Even if it's the wrong simulator, she looks awesome. Really, super fly. Mabel attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful inside because obnoxious snoring renders Seiko, Claude, and Chisa unconscious as we go on to day 2. Hey, Billy! Wait a minute. Celeste finds a mysterious gauntlet. Upon snapping, they turn the new champ fan vote number 2, Chie, Ruka, Tenmyoji, Mitsurai, herself, and Claude into dust. Gaius wants a nickname similar to Sharpshooting Steelman, Big Sister Sarah, here to save ya. Mew confesses her love to Claude. Claude says, "Cool, see ya, homie," and leaves. Seiko thinks Avi has a new addiction to an addiction to getting new addictions. That's just false. It's false and untrue. Chisa reaches her hand towards the screen. The watcher isn't safe. Run. Claude questions Kaito's sanity. Angie freaks out completely upon seeing a painting of dogs playing poker. Teruteru sets up an ice cream shack. Nobody comes. Why not? He He's chefing out here. He probably makes some dope ice cream. Mai uses her secret technique, running away. Kokichi gets a hold of my soundboard. And apparently it started when an alien device did what it did. Pennyworth throws Shuichi at Reina. Maple does a sick kickflip. Sick! Mizuki signs a petition to change American Yeetball to football. That's a lot of petition signing. I don't like this. Sakura, Chiaki, Hajime hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. I'll show up. I like these characters, but don't care. Didn't ask. Oh, plus ratio. Toodaloo. Nah, new champ alert. Blue team fan vote is trying to overthrow Eevee. They fail miserably but survive thanks to Komaru. The tag team fan vote asks Tinko, do you think we're some sort of clown? Tinko shrugs and says maybe. Sakura's theorizing how best to counter my jinx. Ryoma trips on a comically placed banana peel and falls on its bottom. Nagisa, Teruteru, and Sayaka band together to fend off a pack of starving wolves. Izue hunts for their tributes. Toko sets up an ice cream shack. Gaius comes and buys some. It was delicious. Kurumada confesses how much she's come to hate Aiko. She runs away crying. Kurumada. Do better. But you know who's doing her best? Junko chopping down a tree which falls onto Sayaka, killing her. Hey, Junko, that's pretty cool. In fact, I might even say that that's... Well, I haven't done this in a hot minute. I mean, it's a squad killing Sayaka. I can't not say that it's... I gotta stretch for this one. Hold on, give me a second. Glorious. Glorious. Okay. Glorious. Okay, I think I'm ready. It's absolutely glorious! Glorious. Glorious. Junko, we always bet on you, especially after what you did to Mew inside of the cell and outside of the cell. Let's continue. The Great Gozu throws a discarded dumbbell into Paimon's head, rest in peace to her. Nanachiaki thinks that Eevee has- I do not! Fools! Nagito places a bomb next- Why do we keep giving Nagito explosives? Huh? Somebody please riddle me that. Please don't. A serious question, why do we keep giving him explosives? The bomb accidentally explodes early, and he kills himself, because that's why we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't give him explosives. Reina trips on a comically placed banana peel and falls on her bottom. Angie, the last placer's fan vote, and Ibuki get into an argument over what ingredients to buy from the arena supermarket, the best one in the world. Avi swears and despairs. Kaede kills Kyutaro, then revives his undead minion. You don't want to play with Kyutaro. I think every single member of the Mets have proved that they're crazy in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not even all like during the Danganronpa Hunger Games, but just they have. Rindo is theorizing how best to counter my jinx. The second place's fan vote is excited about their super weapon that will take over the arena. They write a whole song about it. Chiaki. And the new champ alert red fan vote look for more people to become friends with. Sakura takes Izio to Suplex City. Ibuki dies trying to escape the arena. Kaito wonders what events are canon to the Danganronpa Hunger Games lore. Fat Togami sleeps the entire day away from everybody else. Rentaro breaks the fourth wall and compliments you. In particular, yes, you. He compliments you. And you know what he said. The new champ alert fan vote. Number 1 is freaking out completely upon seeing dogs playing poker in a painting. Seiko embraces the power of positivity, and Komaru's her hat matches very well with her giant robot we lost. 17 this time around. A healthy chunk of the people we had left, but it's still just a Claire de Lune. And a reveal for some of those fan votes as you see now for Gaius, Dimitri, Munakata, Karia. Your heavy hitters fan vote selection, Ibuki. Leon. Your new champ alert for red team, the second one, Mukuro. Chie, Uruka, Tenmyoji, Mitarai, Celeste, Claude, Sayaka, Paimon, Nagito, Ibuki. 2 more reveals. Mukuro and Ibuki both make their way to that finale for Celeste Champion of Champions title. But we need to see if anyone's going to make their way today by winning this match. It's a possibility. It is an opportunity. But will opportunity knock for anybody who's here? 55 people remain. Let's proceed and see what unfolds. Slow scroll through everyone else. 55 left. One arena event could take us right to like 10, 20, 2. It could end the game. We've seen it before. Let's proceed and let's see what else unfolds. It is night 2. And every day, Gozu imagines a future where he could be with Hajime. Shuichi is not here, but Sakura can't decide whether new champ alert Red Fan Vote number 1 should live or die. Komaru is just a Buki's split personality given form. Claude wants to pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. He could really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Wish right now? Teru challenges me in Battleship? I sink your Battleship, Teru, because I'm the best in the world. Izioi, Nagisa, and, Izioi, Nagisa, and Izioi play a game of Monopoly. Izioi loses all of his properties and flips the board over, but which one? Mai tries to stay up all night. Both of them probably. Nagisa just won. And then Mai tries to stay up all night to catch the mastermind but falls asleep. Tinko, new champ alert for the blue team number 2. Pennyworth and Mew all sit around the campfire and share spooky stories. Suddenly, they hear some weird noises coming from the forest. Mew goes to check it out, but never returns. Seiko makes a hot stew for dinner before bedding down for the night. Claude, Fatsugami and Nane Chiaki enter a scrum debate with Ryoma, Chiaki, and Kaede. They argue over who the best girl in Danganronpa is. Komaru stands out. You know what? In that conversation, there's a couple of best girls in there who can make arguments for themselves. Komaru stands outside of Kyutaro's camp with a candy pail. Kyutaro gives Komaru a king-size candy bar. Angie holds a secret meeting with Rindo, Sakura, Kokichi, and the second placer's fan vote, Rentaro. Uses night vision goggles to navigate the arena. Kaito is gonna need therapy after this Hunger Games. Sakura and Angie hold hands. Chiesa is about to die, but Sayaka says that doesn't count. Celeste gets killed and replaced by a realistic doll made in her image. This way she can be champion forever. Chiaki kills Toko. Aiko sees this and says, Chiaki, what the crackers? That's the mastermind right there. That's the mastermind. Tag Team Van Vote received an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Guys teaches Shuichi and new champ alert for the blue team how to use ice magic. Reina, you're not a mage, guys. So Reina commits tax evasion. Seiko says to Kaito, and the last placer's fan vote, I have to go now, my planet needs me, then flies away. Seiko dies on the way back to her home planet. Junko has a dream in which Kurumada is plotting to kill her. Might be true. Teru looks at the nighttime sky. Reina ties Guys to a rocket and launches it into space. He went to the moon. Mizuki asks Maple, what are you? Maple responds with death and kills Mizuki, former champion right there, and she is already out of this one. We proceed now to day 3. As Celeste overhears Ryoma and Chisa talking in the distance, Angie receives a secret gift from a secret admirer, a giant stuffed bear. Kokichi finds the remains of a Viking ship. Reina also finds the remains of a pirate ship. Nane Chiaki is working on an ad that will appear in the next episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. It's a part of her mastermind plan. Hajime is so excited about a super weapon that will take over the arena. He wrote a song about it. New champ alert for the blue team. Number 1. Gozu, Izioi, Sakura, and Sayaka have a scrum debate over who the best protagonist is. Kaito hands the last placer's fan vote and Komaru an invitation to his birthday party. They both tear it up before his eyes. Reina sees the second placer's fan vote, holding a meeting with Teru, Shuichi, and Kaito. Mai invades Nagisa's privacy and listens to her sing in the shower. How could you? Listening to him sing in the shower, you're a monster. Rindo and Rentaro want to raise the bar. Actually, they are the bar. Komaru and Claude insult each other relentlessly after getting into a bloody fight. Tinko receives a gift from a secret admirer, a box of chocolates. Teru tends to Angie's wound. Sakura receives medical supplies from the secret admirer. Kurumada sets off an explosive, killing Seiko and Fat Togami. Kyutaro finds a magical staff brimming with arcane injury. Using a spell of his own making, he kills the new champ alert blue team fan vote number 2, Sakura. Wonders if Nagito has Nagito insurance. Chiaki confides in Maple, and this is very interesting. Ibuki, Kaede, and the tag team fan vote hold an intervention for my pancake addiction, but they are all confused on what an intervention actually is and buy me a bunch of pancakes, earning them all entry into the World Pancake Championship match. So Ibuki could get the title that she's never held, become a Triple Crown champion. Kaede could be the first ever 2-time World Pancake champion. And in the tag team fan vote, I know who it is, so I'll rate the 2 or 3 of them down. And here we are, going far. Are any of those in it already? I won't say it. But I will say congratulations to all of them. Togami berates Gaius for hours. Gaius thinks that he and Togami actually grew closer that day. Chiaki set up an ice cream stand. Claude joins as Chiaki's faithful assistant. Junko does a sick kickflip, sick. Aiko reminisces about the year of the ascent. The new champ alert, fan vote #1 for the red team. Violently shakes a tree to knock loose some fruit, and Pennyworth goes hunting. We lost. Just 8! Just 8, that brings us down to our 40s, but it also brings us to a Claire de Lune and a reveal for Mew, Toko, Seiko, Gaius, Mizuki, Seiko, Fat Togami, and the new champ alert for the blue team, #2 for your fan vote is Kyoko. And I do believe it's time that we keep on keeping on. We have a couple of your, just 4 of your 9 total fan votes technically already here. We're seeing Ibuki. We're seeing Kyoko, and we're seeing Mukuro, all going on to that big finale match for the singles. We don't know which tag team is going on yet, and we don't know if anybody else is going to join via this episode. It's a possibility, but we gotta proceed just to figure it out. Not too many doubles left, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Not too many. There's a couple still left in there. I think like 3 Sakuras are still in here. But we gotta go on, we gotta proceed, and we gotta see. Night 3. Pennyworth and Aiko hold hands. Shuichi steals. Tag team fan votes. First kiss. Claude shouts from afar. Is that a JoJo reference? Mai, Reina, and Sayaka play a game of Monopoly. Mai loses all of her properties, flips the board over. Kyutaro and Rantaro have a pose off. Kyutaro wins. The Taros battle in poses. Last placer's fan vote does a quick prayer to a 2-0 before going to sleep for the night. Komaru kills Kurumada as he tries to run. Kaito goes to Avi's wares and despairs and is caught stealing? Kokichi, a worker at the store, notices this and stabs Kaito before he can get away. That's foreshadowing. That's foreshadowing for what's going to happen on the road to AV Mania. Kokichi taking out Kaito. You better believe it, he's gonna clean up for the squad. Chisa cuddles up against Kaede, unable to get a fire going. Izuyoi, Angie, and Teru huddle together for warmth. Angie also receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Izuyoi, Sakura have a tea party. While reaching for the kettle, Izuyoi knocks over the tea, spilling imaginary boiling water on Sakura's lap. It burns like the real thing though. Gaius and Ibuki work together to drown the current champion Celeste. Gozu accidentally burns down Avi's wares and despairs, but it was an accident. Gozu's my guy. Rindo stays awake all night. New champ alert, fan vote #1, cuddles up against Sakura. Junko challenges me to a battleship? I mean, that's Junko. She had me fooled. Nagisa finds a sleeping new champ alert, red fan vote #1, raises his hand, waves it in front of his face, dust off his shoulder, and just like John Cena hits that 5-knuckle shuffle, Chiaki is gentle with Ryoma. Claude finds Maple hiding, then comically slaps Maple. Tinko and Sakura huddle together for warmth. Reina throws what they think is a Molotov at Chiaki. Turns out the Molotov's just a rag, it's not even on fire. And the second placer's fan vote. Teru, Kaito enter a scrum debate with Komaru, Hajime, and Nanae Chiaki. They argue over what the best starter is. Has this come up since we've gotten new starters? It must have. It must have. But if it hasn't, we'll see. Day 4, goodness gracious. 2 variants of the Alpha Team. The tag team fan vote and Ryoma are confident yet dorky leaders. Nagisa and Komaru are explosives experts. Komaru's two members of this team. Komaru and Chiaki are both transportation experts who think they know better, and the last placer's fan vote and Kaito are the sharpshooters who think sarcasm is a personality trait. Sakura, you did what now? Sakura uses righteous anger and yeets herself into oblivion. Shuichi wants his nickname similar to sharpshooting steel-minded big sister Sarah. The new champ alert for the blue team fan vote #1 sets off an explosive killing Kaede and Claude. Claude confesses how much he's also come to hate Kyutaro. Kyutaro kills Claude with his own weapon. Izuyoi forces the new champ alert fan vote red #1 to kill the other fan vote for the second placers, or the mastermind Nanae Chiaki. They decide to kill Izuyoi instead. Kokichi asks for my soundboard, I grant it. He throws an epic dance party. You're dang right he does. Izuyoi gets his hand stuck in a can of Pringles. Gaius discovers a river. Teru strangles Chisa with his brand new socks. Maple, Aiko, Reina, and Angie swim in a mystical lake hidden deep beneath the arena, whose mystical waters all turn them into chibi forms of themselves. They proceed to kill Rindo with cuteness. If there was any way to go out, that's what it is. Sayaka, Teruteru, and Sakura hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. Somehow, I don't know why I showed up, just to be rude and say, stare Sayaka right in her eyes and say, don't care, didn't ask, plus ratio. You should have known better, Sayaka. Angie uses a spell to suck the intelligence out of Gozu. It fails because there's nothing to suck out. Pennyworth discovers a cave. Rantaro is trying to overthrow me. Fails miserably but survives thanks to Mai. And Ibuki and Chiaki are sitting in a tree. Kissing. Who would have thunk? I would have thunk. We lost another 10. I don't know if we lost any fan votes this time though, but I think we're about to find out in this Clair de Lune 4. Kurumada, Kaito, Celeste, Sakura, Kaede, Claude, Izuyoi, Chisa, Rindo. No fan votes. Surprisingly, the fan vote team is doing very well. Very well this season. Very well this season. They've only lost to about half of their competitors, but they could all lose them in like a single round. How many people are left? 37. Still larger than a standard size game. We got the Mastermind, Kaito, and Pennyworth. We got, from the second placers for singles, Chiaki, Sakura, Angie, and the Great Gozu. For seconds for tags, we've got Ryoma, Rantaro, Aiko, and Angie. For 6+ singles, we got Sakura and Teruteru. For the tags, we got Komaru, Reina, Izuyoi, Ibuki, and Gaius. For the top 5 teams, we got Junko for Fashion Forward. We got Mai and Reina for Baked in Blood. We got almost all the Mets. Mizuki's out, but Nana, Chiaki, and Kyutaro and Kokichi remains for Grand Scheme, but all of the Sugar Daddies are out. Top singles chaos has Nagito and Teruteru. Carry the teams just has Maple, trying to carry her team once again. Cumulative season 11 has Komaru, and for all time we got Hajime, Tinko, Sayaka, and Shuichi. We got a couple fan votes left, and we gotta reveal them. So we gotta proceed. Let's go on and let's see what unfolds at the start of. Ooh, that's a lot of people, but I don't think anybody perished. Night 4 begins. Gaius makes a banquet for Izuyoi and Chiaki. They both love the food. Gozu confesses how much he's come to love Reina. Reina lovingly embraces him, accepting confession. You know what? I feel like they could work some stuff out. In anyone else's hands. Microphone is just a microphone. But in the last place there's fan votes hands, it's a pipe bomb. Nane and Chiaki in the tag team fan vote enter a scrum table with Sakura, Komaru, and Mai. They argue over which jelly is best for a PB&J. Teruteru throws a party at his shelter and invites Hajime, Nagisa, and Ryoma. It turns sour when they argue over what should be blasting to the speakers. Sakura, Aiko, and Kyutaro enter a scrum table with Tinko, Maple, and Kaito. This turns heated and Maple kills everyone on the other side. Maple calmed down. Angie's unable to convince Sayaka not to kill her. Pennyworth and Ibuki settle their dispute over an intense game of rock, paper, scissors. The new champ alert, blue team fan vote. Why is everyone trying to change football back to yeetball? That's like 4 people this episode. 4 people this episode. Why? Why? Reina's unknown sponsor is Avi. Do I sense some bias here? You're dang right you do. Rantaro shoots an arrow at Kokichi but misses and kills the second placer's fan vote instead. I guess we'll see who that'll be. Junko loads her shotgun in the physical form of murderous intent. So bullets. The ghostly House of Wolves wakes up. The new champ alert for the red team. Shuichi walks into a portal, turns it on, his molecules get all rearranged, he's got ghost powers, he's gonna catch them all. Angie submits an application to join the squad. Teruteru walks up to her and says, yeah, you're not getting in. She didn't kill any Sayakas. Komaru dyes her hair red. It could work. I think it could work. As we proceed, she'd look a lot like Mahiru, but it would work. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like the last placer's fan vote? Eight. Yes, 8. I'm pretty sure that's who I think it is. I'm 100% 8. Gaius attempts to strangle Teruteru, but awkwardly ends up massaging his shoulders. Pennyworth uses slash kill on Izuyoi. Guess I forgot to turn cheats off, huh? Hehe, haha. Let's go, squad. Kokichi ambushes Hajime, kills him. Ryoma puts on a bikini. It's quite revealing. Wait, this is the wrong simulator. Oh well. Nane Chiaki does a cool skateboarding trick to amuse the new Champ Alert fan vote for the red team. Rantaro sets up an ice cream shack. Maple comes and buys some. It was delicious. Shuichi drives up to Maki Bombs, wants an ice cream. Fortunately, the machine is working. How lucky. Reina and Ibuki search for more people to become friends with. Chiaki tries to sneak attack Kaito, but Kaito catches on and runs off. Monokuma unit corners and mauls Sayaka. That's why he's in that ladder match. Junko hangs a mistletoe in the arena. It's no longer December. This is now end well for Junko. You know the rules, Junko, and so do I. Tinko puts cat ears on Sakura. It's so cute that it kills Tinko. You know what? I think that's one of the most one of the most real Tinko events that I've ever seen. Name a more iconic trio than Reina, Angie, and Teru. That's a weird trio. That's a really weird trio, but I'll wait. New Champ Alert for the blue team accidentally blurts out the fact that they like Nagito in a non-platonic way. Nagisa declines the accidental confession, saying that he doesn't like him in that way. Komaru shares her pancakes with Gozu. It earns her entry into the World Pancake Championship match, which I'm pretty sure she has literally earned her way into already. Huh. She is not. Well, I'll be. Alright. Alright, you want in, Komaru? I guess that's also a title that you've never held. You want in? It's all you, girl. First ever tag team champion? It's all you. You also buy merchandise for Avi's Wares and Despairs as Mai and Chiaki engaged in an Agni Kai. Mai wins, leaving Chiaki completely incinerated, and the tag team fan vote gets drenched in honey. Sticky, we lost another 11, but we do see a big reveal down there, and that big reveal is for Sakura, Aiko, Kyutaro, Angie. The second placer's fan vote, Chiaki, makes her way to the finale. Izioi, Hajime, Sayaka, Junko, Tinko, Chiaki. Alright. I see. Let's see everybody's statuses one more again. Or 27 now? That sounds about right. Mastermind, Chiaki, Kaito, and Pennyworth are still in. The Great Gozu's still around. Ryoma, and Rantaro, and Angie from the second tags, but from, No, yeah, those three from second tag, just Gozu from second singles. Singles plus 6, we have Sakura and Teru. From the tags plus 6, we're down to Komaru, Reina, Gaius, and Ibuki all fighting for their teams, which is interesting. Top 5 teams rather, we still have Mai and Reina. We still have Nana Ashiaki for the Mets. Kokichi is still around as well, trying to block anybody else from joining the tag team bracket. And then for singles, we got Nagisa and Teru. Carry the team still has Maple. Cumulative season still has Komaru for herself. Cumulative of all time just has Shuichi today. He is the last man standing, and then we have 4 fan votes still left to reveal, and reveal them we shall. Let's go on, let's proceed, and we will see. Night 5 is New Champ Alert. Red team never wants to hear it in Megalovania ever again to build each other's trust though. Gozu and the New Champ Alert for the blue team decide to do trust falls. On the very first instance, Gozu steps aside and lets the New Champ Alert for the blue team fall right off of a cliff, revealing them at the next Claire de Lune. Ibuki graces Teru and Mai for the rest of the game. The tag team fan votes spent all of their perk points maxing out luck. Well, alright. Maple slices in Nagisa's eyes. Nagisa is now blind. Nane Aichiaki's unknown sponsor is the last placer's fan vote. Komaru also never wants to hear Megalovania ever again. I wonder if this is, foreshadowing Megalovania. Rantaro slashes at Shuichi's eyes. He's now blind. Teru attempts to climb a tree but falls to his death. Rest in peace. Thought he was graced. Kokichi, Pennyworth, Reina get into a scrum debate with Sakura. Angie and Gaius own who the strongest Danganronpa character is. She's right there. Kaito passes out from exhaustion. Reina challenges me to battleship. I sink her battleship. Of course I do. Komaru, she might have let me win though. Komaru refuses to leave an injured Chiaki's side. Ryoma has a fever dream while sleeping. He wakes up next to Kyoko standing over him. Ibuki wants to speak with the manager of Avi's Wares and Despairs, and we are down to day 6 where we see some people get got. Komaru dyes hair gold. It was red before, but now it's gold? I think gold might work out better though. Ryoma uses righteous anger and yeets Sakura into oblivion. Y'all, Sakura's only weakness is righteous anger, apparently. Last place's fan vote sets the tag team fan vote on fire with a with a flamethrower. Kokichi gives Teruteru his blessings to marry Angie. They're both really confused, but I guess not only were they graced this episode, Kokichi also blessed them. Maple, the new champ alert for the red team, and Reina successfully ambush and kill Komaru, Reina, and Mai, but I guess one Reina down, one to go. Gaius receives multipliers from a mysterious man dressed as a wizard. Pennyworth shoulder charges the tree, knocking over, crushing Nane Achiaki and Rentaro as they walk past. Shuichi still excited about that super weapon, still writing songs. Ibuki crushes the mastermind in a hydraulic press, crushing her to death. Kaito still reminding you, yes you, dear viewer, to stay hydrated. You know what? You're dang right. Nagisa runs over the edge of a cliff while trying to escape the Great Gozu, plummets to his death. The Gozu has been responsible for 2 cliff-related deaths so far. And unless there's a... I gotta stop saying it. I literally was like, unless there's a arena event. And then I clicked and I was like, there's an arena event. What do we play during this one? Is it No More Words? I think it's No More Words. It's time for musical chairs. As the music begins to play, steel chairs are placed all over the arena. Anyone who isn't on a chair when the music stops will be eliminated. Angie hits Maple with a steel chair, then sits down immediately afterwards, ensuring Maple does not survive the event. The last place's fan vote finds a chair and sits on it. Pennyworth is simply sitting on the ground and says, the world is my chair. It's such a power move, he avoids elimination. Shuichi simply sits on the chair and says, the world is my chair. He also survives elimination. Teruteru and Kokichi both spot a chair. They race to see who gets it first. Teruteru is the one who does and leaves Kokichi chairless. Kaito, however, finds a chair and sits on it. Ibuki simply says, the world is my chair. Power move. Survives elimination. Ryoma spots a chair on the bottom of a cliff, jumps off the chair cliff but misses the chair. Yikes. Big yikes. Gozu sits on an invisible chair. The posture of the crossed legs is so impressive he survives elimination. Komaru does the very same thing, and the new champ alert for the red team hits Reina with a chair, then sits down on it immediately afterwards, ensuring Reina does not survive the event. And Gaius also spots a chair at the bottom of the cliff, jumps off the cliff, but misses the chair. Yikes. We lost 16. I think we're still like 1 away for your saving grace picks. But let's first and foremost, we got a couple of things to reveal, and you can see 2 of them right now. It's a Claire de Lune 4. Gundam, your new champ alert fan vote for blue team. Teruteru, Sakura, your tag team fan vote by just 2 votes. The Bug Hunters. Komaru, Reina, Mai, Nane Achiaki, Rantaro, Chiaki, Nagisa, Maple, Kokichi, Ryoma, Reina, Gaius. We'll see everybody's statuses. We revealed 2 more of these fan votes, and there's still 2 to go. The Bug Hunters all joined that tag team finale. Now we see Gundam also in the singles finale. The last placer's fan vote and the new champ alert for the red team has 5 KOs, by the way. And their other one has 4 KOs, which is kind of crazy. Shuichi's still around for cumulative all time. Ibuki trying to hang on for her team, and so is Komaru for Titty Typhoon and Manga Mayhem respectively. Teruteru's trying to get that block. Angie's trying to carry on for her team for Tiki, voice of the voiceless. Don't forget about that. Gozu trying to get the block because he's already on the bracket, isn't he? And then we still have Kaito for the block and Pennyworth technically trying to get in singles. Trying to get in singles. Let me do this real quick. Oh, there's 10 even? There's 10 people left even. There's 10 people left even? Do we have 20? 10 people? 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh. That's crazy. Well, we got 10 people left. And so, I think it's time for your saving grace picks. I already listed these 10 people, so go ahead and make them in the comments. I'll go through them one more time. Kaito, Pennyworth, the Great Gozu, Angie, Teru, Komaru, Ibuki, 2 fan votes, and Shuichi. Make it known who are you picking right here, right now. Do I need saving grace picks? I probably need 3. Let's just double check right here. I need 3. My original picks were Seiko, Rantaro, and Gaius, and you see how that turned out. So, I'll write on the back of this page. I know who I want, and I know right now. Make your saving grace picks known. I made mine, and I'll tell you as they hopefully don't get eliminated. It's time. It's time to see who earns their way. I know you made your first, second, and third. I know you did it. We got 10 people left. I already named them many a times. Twice, in fact. They're waiting. Their hearts are beating. It's racing. As we race on to finale action. The same heartbeat, the same pulse, and the same determination as that of a samurai woman. 10 competitors. 1 winner. Who will go on, or who will block and keep the brackets as they are. Let's proceed and let's find out. We got Ibuki, Pennyworth, and Teru start fighting, but Pennyworth runs away as Ibuki kills Teru. Shuichi finds a special charm that allows him to transform into a magical girl. Now it's time to fight some evildoers. Maki grabs Angie by the throat. I'm not surprised. New champ alert for the red team. It gets infected with a despair disease. Starts insulting everyone who passes them by relentlessly. Kaito decapitates the last placer's fan vote with a sword. Komaru tried to set a trap, but unfortunately ended up trapping herself, and Gozu goes directly to jail, which might be a death event. It's a death event. As our last fan vote gets revealed because the plushies drown the champ alert for the red team. The plushies were just too much. Pennyworth, Shuichi play tricks on Ibuki while Kaito steals from her room. Angie dies of hypothermia, and Komaru receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. I believe that brings us... We're probably gonna have the feast before I click proceed, aren't we? We didn't! That actually surprises me. We get to just keep going on because, as you see, and I'm actually very pleased with that fan vote, both of these fan votes, it's time for a terrible turnabout for Teru, your last placer's fan vote, Kibo, the Great Gozu, and your last fan vote, the new champ alert for the red team, Peko, makes it on to the singles bracket, and Angie's there too. All your fan votes have now been revealed, and there they all are. You voted, and this is where your votes lied. Very close fan votes. Actually, these 4 weren't close. Well, the second one was. Gundam was super duper in the lead. Kyoko was close. Pekka was super duper in the lead. Mukuro was close. This was so close. This was 2 votes away. And it was close for not all the teams. One of the teams kind of fell behind in the last poll, but they were just 2 votes ahead. So good on them. But for right now, that's the past. This is just set in stone now. What we have to worry about is, will anybody else go on? At this point, if Kaito wins, I think he's the only person who would initiate a block, because Shuichi can make his way onto the singles bracket. Ibuki could bring Titty Typhoon. Komaru could bring Manga Mayhem. Pennyworth could go on to the singles bracket. Kaito would be the only person capable of blocking this episode. And he would get a win, I guess. By the numbers is a weird episode, but he would technically have kind of a win under his belt. I mean, like, you know. It's nice. It's a special episode. It's nice to win a special episode, but it is your final 5 now. It's Kaito, Pennyworth, Ibuki, Komaru, and Shuichi. All cotton what we like to call generally a crisis of... Yeah, a crisis of fate. Your final 5. How will this unfold? Let's proceed and let's find out. Pennyworth finds an Etch-a-Sketch somehow after a few hours, creates a masterpiece. Shuichi wakes up from a nightmare where he's falling to his death, only to realize he's actually falling to his death in real life too after Kaito throws his butt off of a cliff. How dare you interrupt that man's sleep? Ibuki severely slices Komaru with a chainsaw. It is down to 3. It is Pennyworth, Kaito, and Ibuki as we proceed. Pennyworth, he finds a magical staff brimming with arcane energy using a spell of his own making. He kills Kaito, and Ibuki falls into a pit but somehow lives. We are down to Pennyworth and Ibuki. Pennyworth and this hurts me because I love both of these characters. A team that I managed and a squad that I am in charge of. It's your final 2, and after this, Claire Day Terrible Turnabout 4. Shuichi, Komaru, Kaito. There will be no block. Somebody will go on to a finale in this episode. Will it be Pennyworth or Ibuki? Let it be known. I mean, they could tie and I guess they could both go on. That's a possibility too. Or neither of them could go on if nobody wins. Those are our options. But I'm going to ask you, of those options, just who will it be? Pennyworth, Ibuki. Pennyworth picked up his first win this season. Could he do it again? It's a possibility. My guy? Oh, he didn't just pick up his first win this season. He's undefeated on the road to AV Mania. Pennyworth, my guy. I wish you all the best. And this one is interesting. You know how I said they won by just 2 votes, the Bug Hunters? The team that was right behind them, 2 votes away, Titty Typhoon, Ibuki's team. Could she win for the team that had just missed out on going on via the fan votes? Or will it be Pennyworth? My guy got his first win this season, is trying to help Fuyuhiko join the squad. Well, he won today. Or will it be Ibuki? A part of the Band-Aid that I managed for so long. Helped them see so much glory. And they're still thriving. Apart. Ibuki, Pennyworth. Pennyworth, Ibuki. I think we just gotta end it off. Let's see what unfolds. It is the final 2, and it all ends when I click proceed. And that means, you ever just go feral? Ibuki did. And now Pennyworth is dead because of it. And just like that, Ibuki, via your fan votes and via winning this episode, finds her way onto both. And actually all 3 championship episodes next week, because she also, I believe, yeah, she's also in the World Pancake Championship match. Ibuki could walk out a triple champion, something that's never been done in this series. But I digress. I do think it is very fitting. I think it is very, very fitting. I didn't mean to click it that soon. Hey, I didn't even say and because you're a winner. Wait, soundboard, wait for me. Thank you. Gosh, don't rush me. No, it's getting to like an hour and like 20 minutes, but like, don't rush me. Now, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I think it's very poetic that your winner, representing the team that had just missed out on joining because of your fan votes, the one and only, an all-timer, a trailblazer, joins Mew and Lumai on that tag team bracket. Ibuki and Titty Typhoon take the win. They didn't have the most glamorous season, but all it took was one good match from Ibuki, and she brought them here. She knows how to win tag team action, and now she and Seiko will be a little head-to-head in tag team action too. That might be interesting. Pennyworth, 2nd place, Kaito 3rd, Komaru 4th, Shuichi 5th, Angie 6th. Your new champ alert for the red team, 7th, Great Gozu 8th, 9th was the last place was fan vote Kibo. The red one was Peko, and then we have Teru rounding off your top 10. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here it is, your completed singles bracket. Next Friday, Season 11 comes to a close, and one of these competitors will walk out with that Champion of Champions title, but next Thursday, we see this bracket. The Bug Hunters join up from that fan vote, but now also Titty Typhoon right there in the middle via the, not the secret episode, whoops, that is, we're getting there. Titty Typhoon via this by the numbers episode will go on as well, which is once again poetry because those are your top 2 voted upon teams. Ladies and gentlemen, this was phenomenal. This was fantastic. These were your numbers, and now you know. Hopefully, at least someone you voted for made it on top. And if not, if you voted for Titty Typhoon, they made it on top here, so good on them. Good on them. All the way at the bottom, Shiki out first. Rest in peace to her, but let's proceed. It started with Shiki, Sakura, and Maki get into a fight. Sakura triumphantly kills them both. We had a whole bunch of not a whole bunch of interactions with people interacting with themselves, but we had a couple of good ones. But it all ended with Ibuki going feral and Titty Typhoon making their way into that tag team finale. We'll proceed one more time. Where are KOs? There we go. Celeste had 8 KOs today? You love to see that. Oh man, you love to see that. Maple also had 8. Goodness gracious, we had a whole bunch of people have some good stuff. Gundam, I believe, had 5, and Peko had... No, Gundam had 6, Peko had 5, Ibuki had 7, Pennyworth with 5, everyone else with 4 or less. Last place fan vote is Kibo. Reina had 25. Oh, I'm sorry, Reina had 4, and then everyone else with 3 or less. That's fine. Congratulations to Ibuki. She earned her team a spot in that tag team finale. Who's gonna win it though? Next Thursday you'll have to find out. And the Champion of Champions title? Next Friday you'll find out, but that's next week. This week OCs do battle. Tomorrow tag team action. This Friday singles action. Am I excited? Am I excited for it? Absolutely. Last thing, this secret episode, it's up. It is up. It is in the eye icon above. Go check it out. How did you find? How was it hidden? That's a good question. If you paid attention to the thumbnail colors for the first few episodes, for the first like 10, 9, 10, 10, 11, something like that episodes, they changed between red, blue, and then purple. So the color of the thumbnail told you if it was uppercase, lowercase, or purple, it was a number. But what is it? In those first episodes, the video was under YouTube Gaming, but the game was almost never Danganronpa. When it wasn't, there were other games, and those games, you take the first letter of those games. That's how you find it. Use those letters, use those thumbnails, and that is how you found the secret episode so many people did. As a result, we have so many people in the finale. Those finales, they start tomorrow. I'm excited for them. Last but not least, let's go back to the reaping one last time. Congratulations to Ibuki. Ibuki, she had 7 KOs in a single game, and for that, her team had a shot, and they took it. That's why performing in these seasons is now so important, because you could get lucky. And she could become a 3-time tag team champion. You could finally hold tag team gold. And last but not least, Lumine. I mean, maybe. Titty Typhoon is just a fun, team. I'll be frank. But let's be honest. That was by the numbers. The real action begins tomorrow. Championship action is on the horizon. Toon Link, Dave, Anomaly, the Anomaly Cars, United States Aviator taking off. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thanks for watching.